What a game. Cowboys win. Sure does know how to set the mood. Now this one puts us over 500, and there's a lot of things to talk about. So let's get straight into it. Let's start with some notable things before the game happened. So the injury list was absolutely massive. We had the CD Lamb was out, Mingo and Khalil Carson were still out, Miles Sanders was out, Malik Hooker's out, Turpin was out, four of our offensive linemen, which we only have five. Four, four were out, just not in the game at all. That did not seem to be a problem. And this game, it was a must win. We had to win this. Um, because first of all, it helps us out in the rank. It helps us out in the division rankings. Helps us get out further because the tie doesn't really do much from us from last week. So we needed that, and the schedule's only gonna get harder. Like if you've seen the bottom half of our schedule, it's not easy at all. We only have pretty much only have hard games, and like the Jets are one of the easiest teams on our schedule, so we had to win, and that win, as I said, puts us over 500. We definitely needed that. And let's just talk about the offense. The offense is amazing, but who's to not expect that from watching 2025 Cowboys? Our offense has been like first or third in pretty much everything. So good wise. So let's talk about the O line because four of the guys we're missing didn't seem to be a problem. We only allowed one sack, and that sack didn't really do much. It was just like okay, whatever sack. Okay. I think we still got a touchdown off of that sack. Um, we played super efficiently with the O line. Brock Kaufman was doing great. I didn't see much of a Denjai out there, but he was doing good. He wasn't giving up a sack, so he was already doing that. Terrence Steele was doing good. He was doing great. Stop like just run blocking, doing stuff like that, and just like it's just insane. Just did not expect this at all from a backup O line, but hey, you can't be mad at it. Let's all start with the run game. Javonte Williams is continuing to impress every single game. I mean, I'm gonna say that I'm reaching a little bit, but I'm gonna say he's better than Tony Pollard when he was at his peak. Just because he's so strong and he just gets there. He always knows what to do. He knows he has that vision. He has that get around. It's insane watching him play. And I think he had a 66-yard rush to where I think it was like a handoff or something, and he just full longed himself there. That was pretty much a touchdown. It was like a couple yards off that, and I think that was a touchdown to Big Boy Ferg. All this time in the run game, Jalen Blues got some snaps. We've been waiting for that since the start of the season. Everybody's been hyping him up and everything. I've been one of those people. Um, he had a couple of carries, and it didn't really do much, but I'm glad we're getting him snaps. We're getting him out on the field. We're getting him dressed for the field. That's what's important. And I'm not exactly proven by him yet. I don't know what's going on in the building. I don't know how good he is. We don't really know. He is a fifth round pick after all. Um, so you can't really know what's going on, but I'm glad he's getting snaps. I'm glad he's getting that opportunity. And I can only wish that he gets more. Ryan Flournoy. Let's talk about Ryan Flournoy. Oh my goodness. He had 124 yards total, 6 receptions, and 2 carries. That was insane. He flashed after the catch ability, and he was consistent. He would almost always catch the ball. If it wasn't just like a crazy ball out there, or maybe he just like was beat on his route. But that was hard and few between. He was just playing consistent ball, and he would almost always catch the ball and almost always take it like 10 yards after. He was amazing after the catch. And this is a 6th-round pick we're talking about. Ryan Flournoy, I imagine, is a guy that nearly any Cowboys fan knew about, except for like the guys who meticulously watch training camp videos or other videos from like guys like Double Move. I love him. But I've been hyping up Flournoy for a while. I mean, he's like a extra guy in the squad, but he performed. And just the depth in that receiver room, amazing. Talk about the tight end. Jake Ferg, stand out, 2 touchdowns, ridiculous. And he's just a reliable target, and he's a playmaker. He's leading up to his best season yet, which we're very happy for with him and his new contract. Dak, what else do I need to say about Dak? He's amazing. He's performing MVP level, and he had some hiccups earlier in the game, like some overthrown balls. It's whatever. When your quarterback is playing MVP level, and you have like 1 to 3 bad passes, who cares? Um, he's just continuing to play well, and I'm loving it. Cannot wait to see more of that. I think a big part of the schemes. The schemes are continuing to do well. That's a product of the Shoddy and Clayton Adams system. It's just gonna work. Clayton Adams is continuing to make that O line work. He's just a genius on that. And Shoddy just makes good plays. I mean, he just does it. I love it. I love watching this. We also had Hunter Lupke. He's kind of a niche guy. He had a couple passes there and there, but he proved himself as a reliable blocker, which is always something you want. Just how the ball carriers get through, and he's a big reason why Javante Williams was able to get that touchdown. I don't know which one it was, but I know he did get a touchdown because of Hunter Lupke leading the way. Let's switch sides of the ball and talk about defense. Surprisingly enough, the defense played really well today, like really well. We had a total of 5 sacks and only 6 points, both from field goals, coming into the fourth quarter. And the rest was just in garbage time, so it didn't really matter. Let's just not even count that. That would just screwing out over fantasy points for other teams. But anybody who's watched the Cowboys this season knows that we have not been playing good defense. I mean, it's simple as that. We've been letting up crazy amounts of points to nearly every team. Letting up 40 to the Packers just the week before. And before this game, we had a total of 5 sacks. Now we have doubled that, which is just insane. That's a lot of defensive improvement. Bit part of that is because of Shamar James. He had a total of 15 total tackles, which led the team. As a fifth round rookie from Florida, that's insane. That's very impressive out of him. And with defensive performance like that coming out of the pass rushers and Shamar James and some of the linebackers, that helps the corners out. That helps them play good. Because like with a lot of zones that Eberflus uses, pass rush only works when the corners work. And you need both sides to work to get good defense and to stop those big plays. And that's exactly what we did. We stopped the big plays. And we did it really well. And you love that. With the Malik Hooker injury, actually, you had a lot of safeties step up. Like Wanye Thomas was a serious story out there, and it was amazing to see him play against his brother. That was a very nice, interesting storyline there. But I mean, Wanye Thomas did pretty good, and a lot of the other safeties they did all right. I mean, they didn't give it up any big plays, and that's what really matters. So that's great. James Houston had a sack and a half, I believe, and that's helped out the struggling unit. James Houston's been a star, and Dante Fowler had a sack, and just, everybody had a sack. Let's just say that. Like Sam Williams had a sack, Dante Fowler had a sack. It felt like everybody had a sack. Kenny Clark almost had a sack. I mean, it was insane to see how much work that defense was able to do when it was given that opportunity. It was amazing. Now, let's switch sides and talk about the takeaways. Now, there's 4 main takeaways I want y'all to take out of this game because let's just sum it up into that. First point, the defense. We're going to talk about it again. You can't escape it. You just can't escape it. It seemed really good, very improved. And that's what you want to see. And I feel like as the season progresses, as more players come back from injury, like Siobhan Ravel and DeMarvion Overshown, as they start to come back and as corners start playing better, players start start getting better from their injuries, you're gonna see the Eberflus scheme work because it did this game, and we've seen how good it can be when it does work. All we need to see is it work, and it can. We saw that it can work. So everybody calling for his job, we were proven wrong. And that's something you want to see. You want to be proven wrong. You want to see the defense do good. And we saw that. The defense is spectacular. That's 5 sacks. That's a lot of sacks. I mean, and the Jets, and let's not pretend the Jets O line is just the worst in the NFL. I mean, it's not the best, but I mean, let's not pretend that this is just a college level team that we were sacking out here. We did that. We've been doing pretty bad overall, and then now we have a great defensive performance, and that's exactly what you want. And we got to see if the Eberflus system works. So hopefully, as the games progress, the system will continue to work, and we'll learn from this experience to deal with harder teams like Carolina, and then Chiefs, Lions, stuff like that. And then we just progress into hopefully the playoffs. Second point, offense. The offense was unstoppable. Unstoppable. Like it feels like every game we're averaging 30 points. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Dak Prescott's playing the best ball I feel like we've ever seen him play. Even better than 2023 Dak. I mean, he is just flying out there. We had a couple hiccups early on, got held to a field goal, but that doesn't matter if you're scoring 30 something points. It doesn't matter. That offense is going crazy. And that's without CeeDee Lamb. That's without Turbin. That's without four, four of our offensive linemen. We still did that without four of our offensive linemen. All of our offensive linemen, except for Terrence Steele, were either undrafted free agents or like Nate Thomas, a seventh round pick. How often do you see that work? Hardly at all, right? And that's what you love to see. You love to see that. We have a backup O line work. Crazy. You love to see that. Ryan Flournoy had a day. Let's talk about Ryan Flournoy. That's my third takeaway. The wide receiver spot in Dallas is even more competitive than we previously thought. We thought it was Tolbert, Turpin, Mingo. Now it's Mingo, Tolbert, and Tolbert's kind of falling off. But Turpin and now Flournoy, a 6th round pick from last year. 6th round pick from last year is proving us all wrong and proving the people who weren't doubting him right. That's what we'd love to see. He had 124 yards and like 6 receptions, and he had showed after the catch ability. Turpin's still Turpin. He's quick. He's speedy. Then we have Holt Tolbert's a little, yeah. But we did have that great catch against the Packers. That was great to see. And then we have this other great play. We have Mingo hasn't come back yet, but we think he's going to come back against the Panthers, which he's questionable for. But it's just amazing to see a wide receiver spot in Dallas so competitive, and that's a problem you like to have. It's because it's, let's be honest, it's not a problem because whether it be any of those guys on the field, they're going to make plays. They're going to make it work. Flournoy will make it work. Turpin will make it work. Mingo will make it work, hopefully. But it makes it work. And when that's the wide receiver 3 position, I mean, that's insane. A wide receiver 3 is playing like our wide receiver 2 from last year. I mean, it's a lot of improvement in the wide receiver room in Dallas, and it's one of the deepest rooms, not only on the team but in the NFL. And that is just amazing to see. And my fourth takeaway, Javonte Williams, with him leading the front, it's our run game is spectacular. It's like watching prime Zeke again. It's like watching prime Tony Pollard. I mean, you can say what you want about Tony Pollard, but it might even be better than what we have with Tony Pollard. It might be like having Zeke again, like when he was in his prime. And it's just, he breaks tackles. He runs hard. He has that low center of gravity that just takes him places. He has that ability to just turn a play that's dead into something. And with an O line that's definitely good, we have a great O line. With that, we make things happen. We get the touchdowns, we get the crazy yardage, we get the big plays. And when you have the big plays with the run game, and the passing game is going to be just as good, if not better. So we're dealing with bread and butter here. This is amazing and spectacular. It's PB&J. It's that simple. When you have Javonte Williams, and you have somebody like George Pickens on the same offense, you're gonna have great plays. You're gonna have a great offense. When Javonte Williams is leading the front, good things happen. He had like a 67-yard rush. That is insane. A six seven. Okay, I'm sorry, 6 7 yard rush, but it's just insane to watch. I mean, I was watching that. I was like, oh my goodness, that was almost a touchdown. That was like a couple yards off from a touchdown. And then Jake Ferguson got the touchdown off of that. And that is just amazing. And I feel like a big part of that is Glenn Adams, but that's not the point. The point is Javonte Williams is back to himself again. And that is something that you love to see in Dallas. Now, that's all for today. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment down below. It's my first time doing a video like this, so if you have any problems with it, any suggestions or anything, don't be afraid to tell me in the comments. And if you noticed, I have a different studio than in the previous clips. Um, just at a different house, all that. Don't worry about it. I'll be a little bit more consistent and getting this out quicker as time goes on. But just remember, y'all, we are them boys. Peace out, y'all.